Hi, everybody. It is Tuesday, September 9th. A couple of days from heading off to San Francisco with Lyle. Waiting right now. In about 40 minutes, the guys from Fender are supposed to be here to show me their latest version of Frankenstein for my approval or disapproval. So I'll be real curious to see what they show up with. It's one of these projects that's been ongoing for quite some time, and this is a department of Fender that it does these copies or kind of tribute to iconic instruments, and they've been on me for a long time to do the Frankenstein bass. So we'll see how it goes. They've got right now we're also to the point of testing EMG pickups. And Rob at EMG is going back to the vintage pickups that he made for that bass back in the early 70s. So we're going to see how they line up now. So curious about this. Also, tomorrow is Clubhouse, 2 o'clock Pacific time. So I look forward to seeing as many of you as possible there, and we can all kind of catch up on things. And so I'm going to put out a little piece of music. I'm going to revisit an album that I did. This was really an interesting project. I met this artist when we were playing with James Taylor, I believe, in Germany. And he was on the bill with us. I think along with Bangles might have been on this show too. I think it was outside of Berlin. But this is an artist named Feargal Sharkey. And I featured him before, but I'll give you a little information because he's a fascinating artist. So Sean Feargal Sharkey, OBE, who has been awarded, born 1958, is a singer and environmentalist from Derry, Northern Ireland. He was the lead vocalist of the punk band The Undertones in the 70s and 80s and became a solo artist in the 80s and 90s. His 1985 solo single, A Good Heart, was a #1 hit in the United Kingdom, Australia, Belgium, Ireland, and the Netherlands. After becoming less musically active in the early 90s, he has performed various roles supporting the UK's commercial music industry, winning several awards and honors for his work in that area. He's also a lifelong fly fisherman and has campaigned against the pollution of British rivers, particularly chalk streams. He's also the chairman of the Amwell Magna fishery, and he's become a figurehead for the campaign to prevent water companies dumping sewage into UK waterways and coasts. Sharkey was born, like it said, in Derry, Northern Ireland, joined the Undertones shortly after their formation in 75. They had several UK hits with songs such as Teenage Kicks, Here Comes the Summer, My Perfect Cousin, Wednesday Week, and It's Going to Happen. The band split in 1983, citing musical differences, with Sharkey pursuing a solo career and other members of the band performing the Petrol Emotions that year. Before his solo career took off, Sharkey was also the singer in the one-shot group The Assembly with ex-Yazoo and Depeche Mode member Vince Clarke. And in 1983, their single Never Never was #4 hit in the UK singles charts. And it goes on, talks about his solo career and all kinds of stuff in here. But I think one of the things that's really interesting about him is Sharkey is a lifelong fly fisherman and has campaigned against the pollution of British rivers, particularly chalk streams, and the regulations of the water industry which affect British water resources. He gave the keynote address at the Rivers Trust Autumn Conference in 2018. On May 25th, 2019, Sharkey was a guest on the BBC radio show Radio 4 Ramblings with presenter Claire Balding. The featured walk along the River Hogsmill on the South London-Surrey border, which is a part of the London Loop. Sharkey was able to discuss his concerns for the state of the River Hogsmill and other chalk streams. On 30th of August 2020, Sharkey appeared in an episode 2 of the 3rd series of Mortimer and Whitehouse, Gone Fishing, to discuss the environmental pressures faced by Britain's chalk rivers during a conversation beside the River Lee, Lea. He reappeared in episode 6 of the 5th series of Mortimer and Whitehouse, Gone Fishing, in 2022, and discussed pollution in the English rivers, including the Thames and Wye. He's chairman of the Amwell Magna Fishery. He has subsequently become a figurehead for the campaign to prevent water companies dumping untreated sewage into the UK waterways and coasts, appearing on television, news coverage, and gathering a large following on Twitter, as well as support the Times campaign of Clean It Up. He also is an amateur radio guy with his call signal Go Own, GO0AN. A really interesting guy, and he was really interesting to be around when we were actually doing the gig. So I'm gonna so this album that we did is 1988, and it's called Wish. And let me read what it says here. On that one, Wish is the second solo album by former Undertone singer Feargal Sharkey, released in 1988, 3 years after his successful self-titled solo debut. The album was found to be somewhat disappointing and therefore became not as successful as its predecessor. Well, that's probably because of the bass. Sean, and it goes on to the things I had already spoken about here. But let me go ahead and play you a couple of tracks. I've featured this once before, but these are some other ones. This is a song called Don't Believe in Me. And on this one, it's myself on bass, Waddy Wachtel and Danny Korchmar on acoustic guitar, Danny Korchmar on slide guitar, David Paich on synth and piano, Russ Kunkel on percussion, and Steve Jordan on percussion. Now I'll give you some other credits after we listen to this one. So here we go. Please Don't Believe in Me, Feargal Sharkey.
I'll only let you down. Time was, the hunt was on. You'd run me right into the ground.
Touch of Rod Stewart in his voice.
Now I'm feeling so confused. Now I hold the winning hand, but I wish that I could lose for a plan without a purpose, car without a wheel, plane without a pilot. That's how I feel. Please don't believe in me. I don't know The path I'm traveling seems so crazy. I listen out for clear directions, but only hear the bridges burn. For a plan without a purpose, a car without a wheel, plane without a pilot. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
One more. Interesting. I mean, really unique artist. This one is called If This Is Love. And let me get some credits on this. Also on this one, the project was produced by Cooch, Danny Korchmar, engineered by Dan Nash, Joan Basha, Mark DeSisto, and Shelley Yakis, the great Shelley Yakis, mastered by Stephen Marketson, mixed by Mark DeSisto and Shelley Yakis. We cut this at A&M Studios, mastered at Precision Lacquer, and that's it. So let me, If This Is Love, is myself on bass, Steve Jordan on drums, Danny Amwadi on guitar, Maggie Lee on synthesizer, and the background vocals on this one are Arnold McCuller, Beverly D'Angelo, David Lasley, Steve Jordan, and Waddy Wachtel. That's a great lineup on it. So If This Is Love, Feargal Sharkey, and here we go. Downbeat, downbeat, downbeat. There we go.
No girl was a stranger, sit by my side.
Stop. On this one, I also wanted to make note. Stop it. I missed one credit on that. Jack Sherman was playing 12-string guitar on this one. So that's that. Oh, God. Stuff has a life of its own. So 1988 album Wish by Feargal Sharkey. So that's it. Tomorrow's Clubhouse again. I'll see everybody at 2 o'clock Pacific time. And wish everybody a great day today. And I'm going to go get ready. The guys from Fender will be here pretty soon, and we'll see what they've got. So till then, take good care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.